Hey guys, Jed here. So in today's snowboard question, we have a guy who wants to know how do you hop onto a box or rail and make it all the way to the end without falling off to the sides early. So basically the trick to this is it's a huge part of it is in your approach line, and if you get your approach line wrong, you're going to fall off early. If you get your approach line right, you have a very high chance of making it to the end of the box or the rail. So because the key with boxes and rails is you're not really able to use your edges, and so that means that you can't make drastic changes to your line, and if you hop on with the wrong line, you're going to fall off early, and if you try to adjust it, it's not going to help because you're only able to make tiny changes. With rails, you can make some small changes with your ankles, but in general, once you're on the wrong line, you're on the wrong line. There's not a huge amount you can do. So you really want to get that line right when you hop on. And the trick to getting your line right is stop concentrating on just the start of the box or the rail. Concentrate on the end. That's where you want to be aiming, because where you're looking and where you're aiming is where you're going to go. And too many people, when they hop onto a box or a rail, they concentrate on just the start of the box or rail, so that's where they're looking and they're aiming the snowboard at a sharp angle towards that spot. And of course, if you're aiming at that spot, you're going to hit that spot and then jump off because your line's completely wrong and messed up. So to make sure your line's on track and aimed at the right spot, you want to be approaching the rail but looking towards where the end of the box or the rail would be. So this way, when you hop on, you're still on track to make it all the way to the end of the box or rail. And number two, if you're on the wrong line, so you've hopped on and you've realized, oh crap, I'm on the wrong line, I'm going to come off early, then come off early, it's fine. Don't try to adjust your line if you're drastically on the wrong line and you start trying to put your edges down, and then you're just asking to crash basically. And I mean, in general, if you're trying to make drastic changes to your line once you're on the box, you're screwed. There's nothing you can really do. So don't try to adjust. If you're on the wrong line, just go with it. You know, that's how a lot of people get injured on boxes and rails. So let's say they hop on and they're off line already and they realize this, so they try to make like a 30-degree angle change with their body and start contorting in all sorts of weird ways. Then they're not balanced anymore and they crash. So with boxes and rails, you can't make drastic changes. Once you're on that line, you're on that line. So if you're not on the right line on the box or the rail, then just hop off, it's fine, try again. And just pay attention to your approach line next time. So as I said, pay attention to where you're looking. Where you're looking determines a lot in snowboarding, not just in freestyle, because your body and snowboard will always try to follow where you're looking. And yeah, so that's pretty much boxes and rails. That's the trick to your approach line. Look towards the end of the box or rail, because that's where you go. And that's what will help you get to the end of the box or the rail. Alright, so if you like this video, feel free to subscribe on YouTube. If you want more snowboard tips, advice, detailed explanations and diagrams that I don't show on YouTube, then subscribe to my free newsletter and I'll send you a snowboard gear guide in your first email and more snowboard tips in the follow-up emails. So yeah, take it easy and thanks for watching. Oh, and if you have any snowboard questions, things you want answered, then feel free to send in a question, because unlike other snowboard channels, communities, websites, I actually do answer pretty much every single question that comes in. So don't feel like if you have a stupid question, no one's going to answer it, because I'll answer it. I have and will continue to answer every single question that comes in. Alright, take it easy and I'll catch you guys in the next video.